Are we ready? And we're live.
Are you ready for magic?
Magic.
Are you ready for magic?
Hey guys, welcome to Cut. It's a wrap. Happy Thanksgiving. We missed you guys. You know, Ready to Love wasn't on last week because of the holiday. Now, we're playing catch up this week because we have a new episode. So,
And the episode was definitely giving.
it was giving all the feels. So it did not disappoint. We're doing Cut Is a Wrap. This is our podcast where we're on all streaming platforms. And if you like what we do, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and also check us out on any streaming platforms on any live podcast that's streaming. Anywhere.
Yeah, because we also have audio and this is our visual.
Mm-hmm. And we don't edit anything. We go straight right into the review once the show is over, so we can just get right into it because it's all fresh in our heads. And it was a good one. May I reiterate?
It was good. It was good.
Mm-hmm. So let's get right into it. First of all, Phil for the win. I didn't know Phil was the heart throb.
Yeah, he was having. I didn't know he had all those connections. And I said that last week. I didn't know who he was at first, but I know who Phil is.
We know who he is.
I know who he is now. And I see, why everybody is like so into him because he's real smooth. He has like a real, he doesn't buckle under pressure. He knows how to work with each. We'll get into it.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into it while we get into it. So this week's ladies were eliminating the guys, and the guys are meeting the friends. So that's what friends are for. That was the thing. And Tommy called it bringing in the solid reinforcements, and that's what the friends were doing. I guess they were doing the solid reinforcement. I guess production prepped them and say, "Hey, you got to go hard or go home."
Yeah.
That's what I was getting.
And I'm gonna stick beside this in the real dating scene. And y'all, let us know. In the real dating world, you dating somebody for like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. When is a good time for you to meet the friends? Like and have them grill your date, So that's the only problem.
In 2 weeks, I wouldn't have my guy meet my friends in like 2 weeks. Like this part for me, I feel like it needs to be cut. I don't know. When do you meet your friends, guy? Or you know what I mean? Like, is it in 2 weeks?
But no, because you can meet, we hanging out, we having fun, blah, blah, blah. But like to grill them and what are your intentions? What are your 5-year goals and stuff like that? But this is Ready to Love, and these people are ready to love. So I guess it's a hybrid.
It's dating on steroids.
So anyway,
I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could have been something a little different.
Yeah.
They could. I don't know. I don't like the meeting friends thing. At least they did not meet the parents. Like it's me. Okay, let's meet the friends. When they start meeting parents, it's like, what? Are we getting a hand in marriage? So the first people that was up was Zadia and Naeem. They went on a date. So we'll talk about them first. You remember Zadia and Naeem? It wasn't really, first of all, I didn't know they were still having a connection because they didn't tell us everything. I didn't know they were still thinking. That thing is still a thing.
Naeem is, and he's bald head. I put him the bald head beard guy. But you said, oh no, that's Naeem. I forget him.
I don't even know what other connections
he's not really memorable for me, but I see that a lot of people like are feeling him or whatever.
Whatever. I don't see the other connections. The friends were easygoing. I liked her friends. Her friends seemed, the questions were very light. They did like Naeem. They said he seemed very authentic. I like when her friend asked, "You're 40, so why are you not married, or what's the deal with that?" And he was
What's
just
the
like,
deal, pickle?
he was like, I couldn't find nobody, or he said, what did he say? He said he was into the wrong people. So,
and then you ask a follow-up question. Okay, so what did you learn from being with the wrong people?
Yeah. And then
why were you choosing the wrong person?
Exactly. What's the thing of why are you choosing the wrong person? Like, what have you learned from that? Now, are you choosing opposite? Like, are you, I would like to dive in. That's the reason why they need a coach, a dating coach, or a therapist, because clearly you're making the wrong decision. So you need somebody on. I really wish they bring in a dating coach or a therapist, because I feel like they're working through their issues on their own, especially particularly the men. I feel like they need somebody.
It would definitely change like the trajectory of the show. Like it would make it feel more whole and wholesome.
I agree.
Like they're really ready to love.
Because
you're ready to love yourself
first. I feel like Tommy would say that. First, you got to ready to love you before you're ready to love somebody else. I feel like he'll say something like that.
Even though everybody seems like they love themselves very much.
I love myself. The next one was Sabrina. So then Sabrina, listen.
So yeah, Sabrina went on her they juxtaposed. It was Sabrina with Walter. She actually had two people that were actually me and her friends. So she had Walter, and then later she had Sean. Walter was first, and she loves her some Walter. He came in, and Sabrina had like 5 or 6 of her friends there.
They were deep. That was a whole basketball team.
She had a deep representation. He even said he was not expecting all those people when he walked in. And one thing about Walter, he would give you a church handshake. He would clasp that hand like a pastor. That's one thing about him. He shook everybody's hand
just like a politician.
Yeah, politicians. I'm glad they don't grabs like a pastor. But anyway, so what do you think about their interaction with Walter?
Walter is good because his vibe is good. He know how to interact with people. I thought it went well for her friends. Sabrina likes Walter, so she kind of I feel like she already prepped her friends that this is the guy.
Yeah.
So they were very
lenient.
Yeah. They already had their notion. Okay, so let's treat him well or whatever. And then when he said, "Oh, okay, so I went to Morgan State on a scholarship," it's like, what type of scholarship? Them niggas probably thought basketball. He said no, engineering. They was like, "Oh,
you smart.
You're intelligent. Okay,
you could be smart on a basketball scholarship
too, as well." So I don't know. I liked it. I liked the vibe. They didn't give us a lot of information. Like the production was kind of edited with the questions that they asked and all that. So I didn't really get too much detail to it. But he did say that Sabrina was his like top.
Yeah, he was very decisive about.
He said the moment he saw Sabrina, he couldn't stop smiling.
That's so sweet.
That's cute.
Yeah, I like that. They like that too.
Yeah.
And I feel like, Sabrina needs someone that's going to be, decisive. This is what I like. This is what I want. Walter seems very artsy, and she's very artsy because she's a fashion designer. So when it comes to Sean seems more type A business. I don't think he can really grasp who Sabrina is fully.
That leads to the next one. So after Walter leaves, Then Sean comes like a few minutes later. So this really felt like an interview. I feel like this was like a rush interview, somebody interviewing for a job.
Yeah, they already have who they're going to hire in mind, but they're going to interview you for, HR's sake.
Equality.
Yeah. Just to say, well, we did interview some diverse people.
Yeah. Okay. They weren't really, because she already, and then she prepped them about Sean, was like, this one I'm a little lenient about, so I need y'all to grill them. Basically, she already put that in their head. So they already came swinging. And Sean, poor baby, thought he was about to play spades or Uno or something.
He thought it was going to be a party. Oh, little ting ting. He thought they was going to have a good time. But, he should have known, because when he walked in, they ain't had no cheese, no meats, no wine.
She didn't have no water.
They had no water. It was just it was just sitting in the middle of the floor in chairs, and you ain't got no snacks. You ain't got no nothing.
You ain't warm them up for nothing. And I feel like Sean is like an introvert. Like he feel like he takes a while to process things. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like Sean is a sweet guy. It feels like that he, it takes him longer to dissect things. Yeah. And you can't blindside him. You know what I mean? Like, and he also, when you're doing like this or you're asking him questions after question, he's, anybody.
He's still thinking about the first question that you asked him, which I understand, because I'm like that.
Yeah, but you can also feel attacked. Like, I feel like, hold on, wait a minute. And then you probably get on defense mode. And then eventually he'll probably check out. Like, he's like, okay, well, I'm done with this.
So, he was probably done like halfway through. After that, he started giving like little short
BS answers.
Like, I don't know. But what I liked about Sean, he was respectful the whole time. It didn't ruffle his character. He snapped at them, because we was talking about the other Houston season on Ready Love, when Liv was on a date.
Yeah. I forgot his name, David.
When she was on a date with David, and her friend was questioning him, and he got ruffled and snapping back at him like, oh, I feel like you're bringing the heat. Oh, it's too much.
He didn't do that. But just for a few background, though, just in case. So Sean came in at the date with Sabrina, her friends. They were 5 deep loaded. And when he came in, thought we were playing spades, he sat down and they were just already going. So, what's your interest? Like very stern. So, what do you look for in a woman? He put out what he wanted. He wants somebody work ethic, kind of like a Claire Huxtable. And then he said, "Can I get an amen?" And then they gave him a real cold shoulder.
Nobody raised their hand.
Not receptive.
They were rude. I have in my notes, her friends are rude.
Very rude. They were rude, and they already knew they already had in their mind who they liked. And then one of the friends with the short haircut asked, "Okay, so are you a provider?" And he said, "No, I take care of," he was like, "I can take care of maybe 1 or 2 bills." Let me tell you something. First of all, I don't even stop. He lives in the DMV. I don't know if it's in DC, Maryland, or Virginia. Whatever way. All those prices are fucking high. Okay, so if he can take it 1, 2 bills, we don't know which bills. Is he talking about the rent, or he's talking about the mortgage? Is he talking about a car note? We don't know. Yeah. But if they are married or something, or in a relationship, you will need 2 incomes.
You do, especially if you're living in DC.
So he's being realistic. He's like, listen, I can't do it all. And he doesn't have the tools to articulate all of that. He just, gave you short answers because you giving it to me short. I'm gonna give it to you short. So I feel like, if he has some time to process, he will probably expound upon that. Be like, listen, we in this together. We gonna have to come up and figure something out together.
Yes, until he's where he wants to be. Man. He got those 1 or 2 bills.
Prices is high.
You got the rest. Yeah. You probably like, what was you doing before you met me?
Right. You're doing just fine without me. And she's saying that. So I can understand Sean. And I told you he is introverted. So it takes, and also takes.
And we're only back in shock because Sean is legit a really good guy.
He is good. I mean, he's nothing. He's not.
He don't give a fuck.
He's not malice or anything. Yeah. He's sweet. And I feel like those her friends were mean. They were so mean.
Very mean. And it wasn't all the friends. It was just those 2 sitting on the couch together. The one with the short hair and the guy.
And the guy.
Yeah. His name was Malik.
Malik, you no
Bruh.
bro code, no nothing. You was just. Do
I'm
you
like,
want Sabrina? I feel like Malik wants Sabrina because he was attacking Sean. Like,
I don't even remember names, but I wrote down that name.
you was throwing him all the way under the bus, dude. Like, boy. And then you said, Malik said in her face while Sean was sitting there, you couldn't even wait till he left. He was like, he's not the right guy for you, or
he will I feel like he will make you take.
He will stifle you. That's what he said. I feel like he will stifle you right in front of Sean face. You should have just said to Sean, "Man, fuck you, nigga. You ain't shit." That's basically what you said.
You're not good enough. That's what he could have said.
They were mean. I didn't like
stifle your movement. I wrote that down.
He will stifle your movement.
I feel so good about myself, you guys. I'm taking notes.
Good for you. That was good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're doing that. I recognize that. I see that. Yeah, I didn't like her friends. Oh, the ones that were sitting on those two that were sitting on the couch. But the other ones, they were chilling. But those other two, she was, and then I didn't like her octave changed. The girl with the short hair, I can't remember her name, her friend.
Her voice
real
did
combative
raise a little bit. It sounded like,
why are you attacking him, sis?
Yeah.
You're giving me bitter.
You're giving me angry.
You're giving me pain.
Yeah, I think
I need joy. Okay.
Great.
And give him grace. You know what I mean? Maybe he's not the right one for your friend, but he is a good guy. I mean, you still give him grace and see where he's coming from. You don't just sit here and bad. And it's also a two-way street. Okay. So not only is Sabrina, and this is one last thing and we're done with this. Not only is Sabrina dating him or trying to figure out if he's the right one for her,
right?
But he's trying to figure out if she's the right one for him as well. So it's not a let's date Sabrina game show,
right?
So she's not the only one on this show. He wants to evaluate. So I would have strongly suggest Sean ask them questions about her.
Her questions. Yep.
It shouldn't have just been a one-way street. Because that's not your show. All right, moving on.
Sabrina. The next one was it Cornelius and Camille?
It was Walter. Oh, no. Oh yeah, Camille. Yep. Look at y'all. Camille and Cornelius. Yes. How you feel about them?
First of all, I want to say that Camille. I have a love-hate relationship. Not only I don't hate her because I don't really know her like that. But Camille cracks me up. She's good TV, and that's why they still have her. She don't cause no drama. All she do is make them facial expressions, and all she care about is Cornelius. That's it. And I'm here for it. I loved when I first saw her friends, or we were first introduced to her group of friends. She had about 4 people there. I was like, she has a good eclectic amount of friends. Yeah, they gave off great energy to me. Yeah, they seem fun.
I like them too. I thought they were cool. They're not unlike Sabrina's friends. They actually was receptive and they were kind of like easygoing. And when they were asking questions, they weren't interrogating him. They were just like, okay,
it's conversational.
Yeah, it's very conversational.
But what I did notice about Camille, she has commitment issues. So I don't know how serious she is going to be with Cornelius. I feel like once she get him and bag him, she gonna kick him to the curb. Yeah, and I'm noticing. Okay, Cornelius wasn't really my top at first, but more I get to know, I feel like he does seem like a nice guy, and he seems like a serial monogamist. Yeah, he likes to be in one relationship and one relationship only. Right, because he automatically thinks him and Camille go together. Yep, he don't want to be on no dates with nobody because he don't want to disrespect Camille. But you only know Camille for like 2 weeks. 2 days, 3 days, 2 hours. I don't know, but it's he already in that husband committed mindset. Yeah. So I'm curious to know how this is going to end. Camille, they stated that she's been engaged and never walked down the aisle. She's a runaway bride. I don't know, and I think at this point because it's a dating show. So she's kind of more intrigued, but after all the lights,
go down, like, is she still going to be as, committed to Cornelius as she is right now?
Right.
So we're gonna have to fight.
Yeah.
Anything else we can know?
Where did I put that?
Oh, her friend said after the end, because I wrote that down too. But her friend said that he was too nice for her.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And she gets bored with nice guys. She said, I loved her friends kind of like talking to her or like basically putting the ball back in her court. It's like, okay, so how is this going to change you? They probably they held her accountable. Like, you're talking about you want a nice guy, but in the past we noticed you don't like nice guys. So how is this going to change? So they really put her, held her feet to the fire. So I like that. Her group of friends. So kudos to her friends.
Okay.
Moving on. I'm moving on. Moving on to the new girl. I said the new girl. What was the new girl name?
I don't know her name. I have new girl too.
Sydney.
Okay, Sydney.
Her name is Sydney.
She's very, everyone likes me.
Sunshine.
She's very sunny. Her date was with Frank.
I still don't like Frank. I don't care what nobody says.
The salt shaker. You do a real good.
I'm sorry. I'm not here for Frank. I don't understand why he's still here. His answers are robotic. So he came to the date with Frank and she brought her two friends. Loved her friends. Those were nice friends too. They good energy, real
I like their friends.
I love their vibe. When he came in, her friend, I couldn't remember his name, but he asked good questions. He was telling us tell us the reason why your last relationship ended, and he gave us a real interviewee answer. It was like they were on two different paths.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? And I wanted them to.
They didn't be like, okay, elaborate, please.
No, they didn't say that. And I really wanted them to say, okay, so what does that mean? Can you elaborate? They didn't say that. And his answers were still guarded. He answered the questions, but it wasn't vulnerable. It wasn't something that I still don't know anything about you. Like, I have no clue who Frank is. All I know, he's touchy-feely. He likes to kiss over the people that he's dating, but he's very shallow. I feel like he's very shallow.
Yeah, but new girl's kind of shallow.
New girl's shallow too, and that's what she likes. New girl's super shallow, so I think they go in the same circles.
They'll be together.
Yeah, but I'm not connected to them. I have no connection to neither one of them. I don't know. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel the same way.
Like, I'd rather have a whole show with her friends.
Like, yeah, I like her friends.
But not, he's not really. I think he's just all into the physical. But both of them are pretty shallow, so they deserve each other.
Okay, so Newman.
I really am advocating for Moomin and Cornelius. I mean, I know she didn't go on a date with him, but I'm curious, did they even have a connection, or did you even, Cornelius, maybe in the next episodes, maybe we'll go back and talk about that, like who needs to be in a connection in real life. But anyway, so Moomin and Walter and Dante. First of all, Moomin, how do you feel about Moomin having a date with Dante and Walter? How was that set up?
First of all, I was like, who is Dante? Oh,
the three kids with the three different baby mamas.
Oh no, I didn't like. Well, no, I thought it was all right as long as they knew. I don't think Walter or Dante knew they was about to be on a three-way date.
I feel like he felt blindsided.
Yeah.
She did bring her friend. She said her friend was married for about 24 years, so she did bring her. And I like that she brought. You're what?
I said my ADD is kicking in.
When was that? She brought her friend that was already married, and I like that she brought a married person, somebody that's already in a relationship, that kind of gives you some insight. Because if you just bringing a single person that's probably not even happy about being single.
But she didn't even get no insight though. She
didn't. She just sat there.
But she only because Movement was asking all the questions. I'm like, what'd you bring your friend for if you going to ask all these questions?
You're going to take over the whole date. Right. She did take over the date, and Walter was very uncomfortable, and he made it known that, okay, you brought him. You dating me? You dating him? Like, he was very short. I never seen Walter in that state.
Yeah,
he's usually kind of zen and mellow
and centered.
He was kind of off character.
Yeah. So I didn't really like their whole scene that they had going on.
Yeah, I didn't like how she kind of ambushed him.
Anything out of it.
Yeah, and I'm mad she's still talking to Dante. Why? I don't think that's a good fit. Yeah. So moving, that wasn't great at all. Movement seems sweet.
Yeah.
All right, now welcome to the Phil show.
Phil show.
Welcome to the Phil show.
Phil was on 3 dates.
Sure. He had a date with, I can't pronounce her name.
Shiloh.
Taser.
I don't know. Ty. I just have her as Ty.
Okay.
Aisha and Shiloh.
Mm-hmm.
And he was coordinating on each of those dates. He coordinated with his date.
He kind of was low-key. I didn't know Phil was like dead.
Yeah.
First of all. And then I liked how he handled all the friends.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't seem like he was tired, because I would have been tired after the first one, and the second one you'd be like, oh, you asked me that? Man, old girl asked me that 2 days ago, man. Give me some new questions. That's what I was. Because you going over all those days.
Production probably gives them the questions to ask.
Yeah, because they all asked the same question. It was like, okay.
Like they wanted to sync it up.
Are you is she your strongest, or was one of them along those lines?
Your strongest connection.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel that, which one, looking at all 3 dates, because it was the same routine, they all went to dinner, they all asked them questions, interrogated Phil or whatever. Phil also, he knew how to work the room, he knew how to work with ladies. Mm-hmm. But out of all the ladies, who do you think Phil has a stronger connection with out of Ty, Asia? And
I don't really know, because he bonded with them. I say he's least connected with Ty, because Ty is not as touchy-feely as the other two. So I feel like, if you dating somebody, you have to, touch his shoulder, touch his leg, something. But
they weren't even sitting together.
Yeah, she's not really a physical person. So I don't really know. So, but I do. Him and Aisha, Aisha and Shiloh both seem to have similar connections.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he loves Shiloh though. I feel like that's one of his strongest. He's probably rooting for Shiloh. And I'll see how that goes. That might be the one that he'll pick. I said has the most connection with Shiloh. When he whispered in her ear at the end of the date.
I didn't see that part.
He did. I forgot what he said, but he said something real cute. He started a little more energy. And maybe it's because it was maybe the first date that he went on when he interviewed with his friends. It might have been their first date, the first date when he interacted with the friends, or he's just really connected to her. So moving on. Who needs to be? All right. So at the end now, this is at the end when they're trying to eliminate the people. And this is when it got spicy. The girls went, and I don't know what happened. I don't know who they started talking about. It's all started with somebody is even.
What do you think? Let's go back to Phil. Because he had 3 dates. Mm-hmm. Do you see a consistency in his character during those dates, or did he switch it up with each person he was on a date with?
I see consistency. He's the same person. Phil ain't changed. I feel like his moves are the same.
Okay. All right,
I haven't seen anything different.
So anyway, the ladies have to deliberate who they going to get rid of, who they going to keep, and that's when it gets to the wire. That's when it gets juicy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Tommy talks about you got to figure out who you want. Ty realized that she wasn't the only one that Phil went on a date with, and she says, okay, well, Phil been busy. And then Tommy, poking the bear, was like, oh, so what do you mean by that? Asking her more questions, and she answers. in the best way that she can.
Yeah.
I think she handled that very well.
She did. I think she did. I don't like how he tried to single her out like that. Or like probing her to, I guess, admit that she wants Phil or, anyway, whatever. I didn't like that part.
So then he said, weird. It was. I feel like he was singling her out.
Because she answered it the first time and all the ladies like, okay, that's cute. Yes. And then, well, no, he said, oh, come on, don't be fake now.
She wasn't being fake. She was just like, women knew what she meant when to me, I was like, okay, I know what she means. She's like, okay, then he been busy. Okay, let me talk to him off camera and see. Okay, so you ain't tell me you was going with so. You know what I mean? I knew what she meant. You ain't got, that was unspoken word. You ain't got to say too much. You already know. But I guess for production and video purposes, you need to articulate what you mean. But we understood, sis. We knew exactly what you meant. But Tommy wanted to be funny. So after Tommy left, the women had to deliberate and pick who the two guys they're going to sit down and see who's going to be ready to love or who is not ready to love. And the women had, not the women intentionally, I think they were having an issue with, it started off with somebody's going to stretch or shrink, like their numbers.
Issa had this whole concept, I'm all about you got to stretch and shrink. And then they just went on a whole deliberation between Zadia and Aisha and the new girl about stretching and shrinking. And I was like, I was confused at that point. What are y'all talking about? Why are we stretching? Why are we shrinking? What are we stretching? What are we stretching? What does that mean?
Why were you really mad? Like, I feel like this was an ongoing debate, and
I feel like this argument came from something that happened behind the scenes because Zadia was speaking in codes. Well, everybody got to stretch and you put your eyes open wide and talking like that. That means you read between the lines because I got some. It was weird. Zadia had a attitude about something and about not minimizing her list because she likes two people.
And we don't even know who those two people are. I just know it's Naeem.
Yeah, I don't know who the other person
I'm thinking it's Cornelius, though. Because when Tasia was like, well, Cornelius haven't figured out who his number one is or if he narrowed down. And then she said, then Ty mentioned, I probably saying her name so wrong. Then Ty mentioned, oh yeah, but did we figure out if Cornelius have a number one?
Or why she's saying that, Cornelius is Courtney's boo, so she was making Camille. All these C's. Courtney got eliminated a long time ago. Anyway, Camille making faces like.
So I think Zadia is smitten with Cornelius, and she kind of like jumped. That's I'm assuming. I don't know. But yeah, the girls got into it. They got a little touchy. They got a little touchy.
And by the way, and don't argue with me because I know how you girls like to tuss.
What was that on?
It's a TikTok.
Oh. It was funny to me because I never seen Zadia in that character. She used to be out. Now she used to be. I was like, well, I love Zadia. She's so calm. She was like, she wasn't here for none of the shit.
She put on the gloves, and I don't even know.
She said, my name is Zadia.
She said that to the new girl. I don't know what the new girl said. I think she said
something about doll baby or something.
Oh, that's what happened. When they was talking about who they was going to choose, and the new girl was like, I mean, I don't know about the shrink and expand because I just got here and, the guys are still getting to know me or whatever. So, I need to keep my list because, because they all want to date me. She didn't say that, but she said that. And Sabrina was like, okay, all right, okay, girl.
That was so funny. I was on the floor. She was like, I mean, I don't know. She was just like, mean girl. I don't understand. I'm just so popular. I don't understand. Like, they just love me and they're still stretching to talk to me and they want to get to know me and they love me and all that. And everybody was like, and Sabrina was like, okay. I mean,
and that's when Zadia laughed and then she said, "Why you laugh?" So anyway, so that whole scene was it was weird.
It was very intense.
It was intense,
and we didn't know the backstory of none of it.
I feel like it was a backstory behind that part because I've never seen women on the history of Radio Left like collectively argue. We've seen it before with Divine and Alexis on that one part, but we never seen all of them just like get into it about their list. Sorry, I'm gonna hit you.
No, it's fine. It was good. Yeah, I don't know the backstory. I'm curious to know what was going on. Somebody understand and clarify, please let us know because I was so confused. So anyway, we all the way at the end, they finally figure out they're going to have Cornelius and Sean come for a sit down. And so Cornelius is on a date with Zadia and Sean is on a date with Taisha. I'm saying her, I'm butchering her name. I'm sorry, boo. TT. She got so many nicknames. With TT or whatever. TT is beautiful. She was the reason why they maybe
TT is actually my favorite.
They stopped talking because she said Sean they stopped calling her, or after their date he just went ghost. And Sean explained like he was already checked out. He's done. And I told you, I feel like he is an introvert, or it takes him a while to process, and he's trying to figure out where do I fit into this, and it could have been overwhelming for him. So he might have just checked out a long time ago. And I don't blame him. I mean, yeah, because this is kind of uncharted territory for him. So, and then Cornelius' thing was Cornelius is not dating anybody but Camille. I feel like the women want to get to know Cornelius, but he's not giving them a chance or benefited out. He already made a stamp that, okay, Camille picked me, so I'm going to pick Camille. But give the girls an opportunity because, it could be people that you might like. Mm-hmm. So in the end, Sean ended up going home. Sean was relieved. He was like, yeah, bam, hallelujah. I'm done. And then they was like, okay, cheers. Hope you find your person. And Cornelius stayed around. So I'm assuming Z was the one that Cornelius, or she's trying to talk to Cornelius. But that was the end of it, honey. And then next week is going to be pretty juicy. Meeting the exes. I don't understand why we're meeting the exes.
Right, we're on that show. I don't have no ex. I don't know my ex. I don't got my.
Why are we meeting exes? This is stupid. I think the producers need to go back and figure out another format for this. Yeah. But the end, before we leave, though, I wanted to, because I feel like the people are not picking who they need to pick. Mm-hmm. So we matching people where they need to go. I feel like let's start with Cornelius. I feel like Cornelius needs to be with Moomin. This is the last one.
Okay. Oh yes, I do like Cornelius and Moomin together. I love Moomin. She's very sweet. Also feel like she's a little green, and so is Cornelius.
Yeah, I think they would be cute together. And they both kind of, they're churchy. They want to wait and all that. I don't understand why they didn't match. Frank and Sydney belong together. Sure. They both shallow. What about Camille? Camille don't need to be with nobody. Her man not here.
She need to get herself together.
Her man not here. Sabrina
and Walter.
Yeah, I think they're cute. What about Zadia?
Nobody.
Yeah, her man not here.
No, Tyrone. No, Dante.
Zadia and Dante with 3 kids. Okay. I think she can handle that. Yeah. If she can handle women, because she real short when it comes to women, so I think she can handle those 3 baby mamas.
Baby mamas, yeah.
I think that's it. Those only. Oh, Phil. Who do you think Phil?
Yeah, because he got 3 choices. I wanted to be with TT, but TT didn't. She's not.
She don't interact. She don't touch him. She don't do nothing.
Vibes. Aisha. Shallow. I'm still on the fence with Shallow.
Shallow, she doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry. She seems surface too, very shallow. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Great episode. Good stuff. There's a lot going on. It was kind of long, this video. But anyway, tell us your thoughts, how you feel, what you feel.
And like and subscribe. If you like what you're doing, just subscribe. Let us know. Yeah. Okay.
We're all on all podcast platforms. Or Cut is a Wrap. We love giving you good content, especially through media. So holler at us.
All right. See you later. Bye.